All right, it's late in the night, but I gotta drop this video. Um, Actually, it's early in the morning. It's past 12. But as I'm in the middle of doing some things still, getting some business sorted out and get some water, always good for you. Of course, you can see my face got a little fatter and it's drooping because I've been up late some of these nights, and I really should get some sleep. But let's talk a little bit about some of these really interesting heating up stuff. Let's start off with Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko. I gotta say, Lomachenko's the real deal, man. He's the real deal. Don't worry, you mightn't see my face for a minute. Don't worry about it. I'm just taking care of stuff. The rest of the house is dark. Only one room in the house is. Alright. So yeah, Vasily Lomachenko, man. This man said he would give up $800,000 of his money to Teofimo Lopez. So there's no excuses. Teofimo Lopez wanted $2 million for it. I saw a video where Teofimo Lopez early on, I think it was last year or late last year, when he was supposed to get the fight with Vasily Lomachenko after beating Richard Comey. He was talking to Adrian Broner. He was saying that they're trying to lowball him. That was kind of interesting. Some way back there, he was talking about $1.2 million, and he said he ain't taking that shit. So Lomachenko said, "Take my draw from my money." Lomachenko said this. He said, "Look, ain't want no excuses. Take 800,000 from my money, give him so he could get the 2 million." Yo, 3.2 million. I never heard of nobody do that. So props to Lomachenko for doing that. Lomachenko showing mad props, man. Mad props to Lomachenko to making this fight like that. So if that is the case, if that story is true, mad props to Lomachenko. Point blank, period. I'm borrowing from Blue Blood Sports TV there. With respect to hold on a second. I gotta go use the bathroom too. Yeah. With respect to what on earth? No, you don't. This out a little bit more. Yeah, with respect to that deal right there with Lomachenko, that means nothing stands between the fight. Teofimo Lopez accepted the money. We got a fight going on our hands. That means Lomachenko's getting like what? You take away $800, he's going to get in 2004. So Lomachenko getting 2004. Teofimo Lopez is getting, I'm sorry, 2 million, 2.4 million. Teofimo Lopez is getting 2 million, which is really good. ESPN didn't want to budge. Lomachenko wanted to make the fight. I'm happy. That fight's going to happen there for October the 3rd. No excuses. Let's get it on, baby. Hopefully Lomachenko don't got COVID-19 or Teofimo Lopez. So they clear their tests and get it on, baby. Get it on. Teofimo Lopez accepted the offer. Pay-per-view, so they should make some money off the pay-per-view. Fights on, ladies and gentlemen. Fire! That's one. Two. We're looking at, I was listening to Ellie Beck interviewing the young fighter in everybody's name I'm forgetting now. And okay, I can't remember the name of the trainer either. Joe Goosens gym. Okay, in Joe Goosens gym, the young fighter that's the nephew of the guy also who trains in the gym. Anyway, he was talking about who he favored in respect to Lomachenko facing Teofimo Lopez, and he had sparred Lomachenko, and he said that he actually favors Teofimo Lopez to win that fight against Lomachenko. I think he's thinking of the use, the skill set of Teofimo Lopez. I really don't care. Like for me, it's like I think that Lomachenko's got the experience. I think Lomachenko has a specific skill set that will make him, very dangerous if Teofimo Lopez doesn't know what he's doing. But quite frankly, I'm just happy we're getting the fight. And this year. So hopefully we get the fight this year. And if everything works out well, I think Lomachenko is already across in LA. I think he's training in the United States. So he's over here. And let's get it on, baby. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on, baby. Looking forward to that fight. The next thing, well, David Benavidez is talking about wanting to face Caleb Plant. He said after this fight over this coming weekend here, that he's going to have versus his opponent, if he disposes of his opponent like he hopes to dispose of him, the next guy he wants to face is Caleb Plant. Sounds good to me. Well, first you got to get past his opponent. We can't look past nobody. So let's see what happens if he does succeed at getting past his opponent. Then, oh yeah, let's get it on, baby. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. We got all kinds of boxing news going on. It's live fire. So let's just go one thing after that. The other hot topic. Roy Jones Jr. sent a video to Mike Tyson showing Roy training. Mike Tyson sent back one to Roy. He did it in slow motion. Let Roy know what's really up. That's heating up. So that's looking good. You know, two old guys. I was listening also to an interview with Evander Holyfield. And Evander was talking about how he managed to beat Mike Tyson. That a lot of people didn't realize that Evander Holyfield came from the same background as Mike Tyson, the same sort of environment. So you know, a lot of people didn't realize that. So Evander was talking about that. I thought it was really interesting. Always interesting discussions with Evander Holyfield, to be honest with you. I was watching him at chiropractor, etc. And Mike Tyson acknowledged that Evander Holyfield was one of the more skilled and tougher fighters he had to face. And he had explained it to Snoop Dogg about 2 years ago, something like that. It was showing how Evander Holyfield was able to counter Mike Tyson on the inside of Mike Tyson's shots. When Mike Tyson would wing a hook, Evander Holyfield would actually throw a combination inside of his hook. So he was showing, the short chopping shots that Evander Holyfield was doing. Very skilled fighter, Evander Holyfield. Props to him. Yeah, we talked about Roy Jones Jr. on yesterday. Today is a different day. Talking about, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Leo Santa Cruz was saying that Gervonta Tank Davis might tire out, and that's when he will take advantage of the situation if Tank doesn't have he's not able to keep up with the pace of what Leo is doing. He said he's gonna press the action after that. When trying to remember who it was, I think it was Sean Sattel was interviewing Leonard Ellaby today. Leonard Ellaby was saying that Leo's not gonna. He said Leo's smarter than that. Leo knows not to depend on a fighter tiring in a fight. He's got to be prepared for every single situation. He's just saying that. He's a smart fighter. He got a lot of experience. He says he knows Leo is not just going to be depending on Tank to fade, because that's not going to happen. And I was looking at Tank's trainer, Calvin Ford. I think Ellie put out that video with Calvin Ford and the relationship Calvin Ford has with Tank, who he raised from a pup. And he's raising a whole bunch of fighters from pups, actually. This is amazing, the work he has done for Baltimore, Calvin Smith, and the other trainer that's with him. They have done a great job with their fighters in Baltimore. Shout out to AB. And shout out to Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner he's done a lot for the boxing community and for boxers in general. And a lot of people don't know that. AB would probably be a boxer's friend. Similar kind of attitude that Floyd has to boxers. I think AB has it even more, And Adrian Broner is, you know, one of the guys that allowed Tank to come to the gym, see Floyd Mayweather, and see the sparring and the work in the gym. I guess AB must have told Floyd about Javante. Now Floyd had seen Javante before, and I guess it was destiny for them to meet again. But they working right now. They should be putting in that work. I don't know if Javante's putting in the work right at this hour, but whatever program they have on him to keep him in shape as well as mentally, you know, he's learning. Because like I said, you have to learn a lot in boxing. Boxing's not something where you know it all and you know everything. You know how we as fans behave like assholes and we feel we know it all. You can't have that attitude in boxing. That's why anybody say that, guys like Floyd are proud and stuff. You can't be proud in boxing and you still got to learn. You know what I mean? You got all the skill in the world, all the talent, all the ability. You got to constantly be learning. You got to be constantly keeping up the pace with the game. It's just like anything else, like music industry, whatever. You got to stay relevant and you got to keep up with the game. You understand? Because it was really nice listening to, who was it? Was talking about boxes and how far, I think it was Leonard Ellerby. Could have been Leonard Ellerby, could have been, I can't remember who it was. But, the knowledge of boxing continuously increases. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Calvin Ford, actually. It was Calvin Ford. In an interview, I think it was Calvin Ford with Alex Sheckbeck, where they were talking about how, the training methods and, no, it wasn't Calvin Ford. I'm trying to remember who it was. I can't remember exactly right now. But, I think it was Raleigh Romero was talking about how much boxing has changed. Like I said before, all right, certain things are no longer, certain old school things in boxing. That was Jeff Mayweather. I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody in boxing was talking about how same thing I said. It's not what you got to understand is this stuff that I say is not coming from out my ass. It's not me saying it. It's people in boxing I heard saying this. I heard trainers saying this. Actually, I think it was the trainer for Roy Jones Jr. I think it was him. But he was saying that boxing has changed. You see, like I explained to people, road work is now irrelevant in boxing. Guys can have ridiculous conditioning, ridiculous strength doing track and field. They run short sprints, short bursts, and then they have other activities to build endurance and stamina for boxing. So the stuff like Floyd is doing with these younger fighters helps them discipline their minds and stuff. But there are more effective methods now in training. And the first person I heard say that was, I know, Sean Porter when he was at the Victor Conte snack program. And that's where I first heard that road work is obsolete now. And it's not even treadmill work we're talking about. We're talking road work. It's really interesting. That's one of several things today they do differently. And of course, the old school guys will say, well, the old school method was really good and blah, 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 blah. But it's changed. A lot of things in boxing have changed. A lot of things in combat sports, period, has changed. Remember the days when it was just boxing and WWE? We didn't know nothing about MMA, right? Now in the MMA programs, they have different cardio building and conditioning methods that are used in MMA all the time. And now boxing's picking up those methods, picking up those specialists, conditioning, health, strength and conditioning coaches and stuff like that. So, guys get the degrees and things and stuff like that. So, it's become more of a science today. And not only that, but some of the techniques and skills that was old school stuff that was really good. There's a new school kind of stuff to that. And I've said this many, many times, and it's nice to see people in the business validating what I'm saying, because a lot of you guys just don't believe what I'm saying. You think I just cooked this up out of my head or, no, it's something I heard. It's something I observed. And like I said before, you have to be humble in the business. You got to be humble, but you got to learn like a sponge. It's all about learning to step up in your game and get to higher levels. So I'm just drinking a lot of water. You probably wondering why I'm drinking so much water. Sometimes you gotta hydrate your body in a certain manner, you see. Get the most out of your body. Now see, this is the best room in the house here. It's a living room, but it's really aerated. And where I was just so hot and sticky and stuff like that. You know what? I can sit down in here. Hold on 1 second, people. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take 20 minutes on this video, so we got a couple more minutes. I'll just leave this right here. I'm saying. Sitting here for a minute and chill. Here's got better aeration and everything. That room in the back there is like, god damn, it's hot and it's just really bad. So it's my music room. So yeah, so those are some of the upcoming fights. Boxing has changed so much from what it used to be. Um, from personnel that's working with you to the equipment and just the type of the type of um, strategies and game plans and stuff. It's changed quite a lot. I know a lot of people don't think so, but the fighters have gotten better. The fighters have gotten better, believe it or not. Now, that means that the fighters may not take as much unnecessary risks as other fighters would have. But just think of fighters like Roy Jones Jr. They didn't take unnecessary. Roy didn't take unnecessary risks. Pernell Whitaker didn't take unnecessary risks. Floyd Mayweather didn't take unnecessary risks. You know, Andrew Ward didn't take unnecessary risks. That's this is the era we're in where fighters have gotten smarter, and you know it's still about taking another guy's head off. But I'm not going to be going in there um, focus so much on the KO that I get KO'd. You understand what I'm saying? The Hagler Hearns stuff, that's never going to happen again. Not with this, not with these types of elite fighters. It's just never going to happen again. All right. Some of those throwback fights where they just go into a firefight, it's never going to happen again. You know. Um, why? Because fighters calculate the cost of doing different things, and they train that way. You know, you will see fighters throwing a lot of combinations. You will see exciting fights, but they will be in a certain sort of controlled sort of way. The John Molina versus Luca Mestise fights, you're gonna hardly see that again. Fighters are smarter now. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I got a bunch of other stuff I wanted to say, but this is good enough for 20 minutes. I'm gonna catch you guys later. I am what you need. You're watching my channel. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget that you can subscribe, share, like, comment, and donate via Western Union. Peace.